Hey guys, Infidel1258 here. Today I am going to speak on the new airdrop card that we've been announced. You can see it on Hive post from Splinterlands, and you're going to see the stats, you're going to see the various levels, you're going to see a new ability. So I hope you'll stick around for this one with me. This is my first reaction to it. I've never looked at it before. I don't know what the stats are. I only found the blog post and I quickly just saw that there was a new ability and a new card. So let's look at it together. It was revealed in the recent town hall. If you didn't watch the town hall, it was jam-packed. I strongly encourage you to do so. They talked about changing rank rewards, the league systems. They talked about how every time you go up, it'll be good for you. They're going to change how loot chests work in a massive way. It's going to have ramifications for why you probably don't want to be in wild anymore, but there's too many things to cover. Right now I just want to look at this airdrop card that's new, as well as a new ability, and this is my first reaction. Let's get into it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dwayne Cunningham. I go by Infidel1258. You can call me 12. And I read my comment section and I try to respond to you guys. So if you got questions, comments, critiques, let me know, and I will do my best to create a video responding to your question. So this is a post from an hour ago, and apparently this was revealed in the town hall. I actually didn't see that part of the town hall, but let's read it. A call to arms uprising in Solus. The interdiction of the Chaos Empire's supply lands around Icewall Bay has weakened the Empire's grip on the northern highlands. Now the citizens of Solus rise against their oppressors. Governess Arcane, that amazing new summoner with the ambush, has rallied her people, yet the Gloridax are outmatched. Matsuri Kai, ranking knight of Solus Dragon Guard, needs your help. Strap in and get ready for Rebellion's second conflict. Remember, the conflict system is that way of engaging the airdrops, which is almost a game within the game. In fact, they have said that it will represent a new type of game in Splinterlands in the future, and these conflicts are essentially won by you staking cards into battle wagons, or they call them mage wagons, and those are unlocking points, and those points are accumulating to earn you airdrops. And I'm participating in this, and maybe some of you are as well. This is the Rage airdrop that's happening right now, and these I'm getting 131,000 points per hour, and I've accumulated 718 chances, 200 every time you get 200. Right now you're getting a guaranteed rage. Now all that data and those numbers are going to differ later with the second airdrop. Let's focus on that one. Another town, another tavern. He shows up again. This time it's more than supply line raids. The rebels meddling around Icewall Bay embolden the locals. There's trouble brewing in Solus. Governess Arcane has rallied her people, but after-notch soldiers are outmatched. Matsuri Kai, ranking knight Solus Dragon Guard, needs help. That's where you come in, and your cards and your battle wagons that help Gloridax take back the city. If the Chaos Empire finds out, heads will roll, namely yours, but fortunes aren't won by playing it safe. So they're giving a bit of a lore background to what it even means to be submitting your cards within the mage context. You're supporting Arcane's army in order to overcome the Gloridax Empire. Okay, so Arcane we know is a summoner. Shimanak are the Gloridax Empire's landowning elite, and Ishni Arcane, that's her, the summoner, was one of the cast's most powerful and influential Dracoshans. Her holdings comprised nearly 50,000 hectares land of South Icewall Bay, including Solus. But when the port city fell, the Chaos Emperor Arcane Arcane was given a choice: abdicate her position and swear fealty to Silas of the Rift, or face execution. The once distinguished Shamanak became just another conscript of the legions of the Tovignor Calemni. She stood sentry upon the wall of Solus, patrolled the streets, and enforced the edicts. Their leadership thought they'd broken her, but all the while Arcane reinforced her citizens, their heritage, their purpose. Oh, nice. So she's like a freedom fighter. And then this is one of her like minions. This is that 4 mana legendary, which I really want, don't have a copy of yet. It's like a main tank for $4, 4 mana. And he's like a main player in her defense, I guess. The Ashinak of Solus served as conscript in the Chaos Legions of Chaos, but dissent grew. Acts of insubordination became more frequent, no matter how many lashings were doled out. But it seemed like there was trouble brewing, and everywhere trying to squash it was like playing subjugation whack-a-mole. Kai. This is the new card. Matsuri Kai is a is a Dragutsu, a knight of Gloridax Empire's Dragon Guard. She fought hard and well to defend Solace against the Legions of Chaos. So she's one of the minions, like in like a friend to this Solus Ashiok, and like under the reign of Akane. She fought hard and well to defend Solus against the Legions of Chaos, but attackers were Legion, and KEI and Ashiok could not stand there against their shenanigans. Like her former governess, KEI was conscripted into the Chaos Army, and she waited patiently for a day she could collect the heads of the Empire. So she surrendered, but she was quietly waiting for an opportunity to rebel. Okay, now let's look at the card. We got a legendary. This is level 1 being depicted here. It has a new ability right out of the gate, and with reach, 6 mana, 3 melee, 4 speed, 6 arts. So relatively low base stats, at least at level 1. Now we'll see how important this new ability is as we scroll down, I'm sure. The melee stays relatively low all the while. Even at 4, that's not exactly huge. And for a reach monster, you know, depending on the other abilities, the stats wise, this is kind of underwhelming. Now the abilities, let's review those. Again, it has the new ability at every level, reach at every level. Ambush is great, so that changes the picture, because the ambush introduces essentially a second attack. So with 4 speed at the highest level, you're going to attack in the ambush round, which is round 0, and then you're also going to attack in round 1, which is the main starting round. And so you, in some sense, have you get double strike really for the first round, is one of the ways I like to think about it. That can really be key, because depending on your speed, it actually can implement or can allow you to delete your opponent before they even heal or repair or whatever. So that's exciting. Now, True Strike at level 3. True Strike's always really valuable, especially when you're looking at ambush and you do not want those ambushes to miss. And then Shatter. Oh, okay. So now the package really comes together. I like it when the cards have a growth and they seem valuable at lower levels. I don't yet fully understand what this is, and hopefully we will in a minute here. But even just looking at the bare stats with the reach, I can see this having a place in bronze. That's a good amount of damage in bronze. And then it's a good amount of hit points, and it's got a great speed for bronze. So that's a strong secondary card. Now, is it amazing base level stats? No. But bronze, again, remember, bronze is a totally different league. And so I think this is going to work in bronze. It becomes a lot more sexy in silver with that ambush. So I'm saying in silver, this probably really starts to fit in, I think. Bronze, maybe it's you use it here and there. I don't know if it's like must have for bronze, but I would say once you get that ambush with that 3 damage, you start to be like, that's a good card in silver. I'm thinking that's really going to be powerful. And then in gold, you know, speeds of your opponents are going to start to get faster and faster. Abilities like blind and swiftness and slow are going to impact your ability to strike your opponent. But with KEI, you have the true strike. So I say at gold, you're still remaining really desirable. The damage is quite minimal, I'm saying, but at the same time, remember, this doesn't have to be in a reach position. Maybe this ends up being a niche or more niche card where you slip into those super sneak or those moments where you can melee from any position, which is 3 different rule sets. And then finally, at highest level, I think this will be very strong, because the Shatter is going to break. Like, there are times, especially recently, where Protect has gotten more and more common. High armor is more and more prevalent. Why? Because in armor strike is one of the factors. With cards like Mantaroth having armor strike or Bara Dallin having armor strike, they have 2, 4, 6 armor, or even their void armor is quite prevalent these days too. As you look at that one flanking monster from the white team, if we go void armor, regular foil, we just look at Rebellion, Rift Watchers, Chaos. So these cards all have, they all have void armor. So when you hit that one time and Shatter, you're going to really help. Silverblade has Protect. So not only does it have a 6, but it'll have 8. You know, Grum, you don't see it as much, but to shatter those is a big deal. Every time you shatter a void armor, it's a massive deal, because those are blocking magic damage output. Cards like Thanolorian's Scion are super susceptible to shatter, and especially those that have the the armor strike, such as Baradalin and Mantaroth, who I didn't include here, but Mantaroth will be another example of that. And so the shatter is very significant for a lot of reasons, both because there's more and more protect, there's more and more armor strike, and there's more and more void armor. All of those things will be really diminished when you bring a shatter. But then additionally, I would argue with you getting an ambushed attack plus a true strike, you're gonna land that shatter if they have armor, and then you're gonna hit the core with your second attack, which will be in turn 1, because remember, ambush 0 and then turn 1. So I like that. Now let's scroll and see what this new ability is about. It's called Hamstring. Each successful attack reduces the defender's melee by 1. Are you kidding me? Wow. Is it cleansable? Is my first thought. In addition to Hamstring, KEI brings a synergistic smorgasbord of abilities to the table. Reach, Ambush, True Strike, Shatter. Combined with her high speed, she's perfect for your second position, neutralizing your opponent's attack, obliterating their armor, and tearing into their health. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. Although I would argue that the best use of a card like this is going to be not from the second position, but in those niche scenarios where you're able to put it in the third or the fourth. Why? Because it's not super resilient. It doesn't have shield, it doesn't have void, it doesn't have repair, it doesn't have armor, it's quite susceptible to dying. And so I actually don't want that in my second spot. Because of this new ability, Hamstring, I want that to give as many times as opportunities of attack as possible. Plus the Shatter, plus the True Strike, I want to give it time to breathe. And if I had mana cap to put in, and if melee could attack from any position, I could see this being more valuable in that third or fourth spot. By the numbers, like the previous conflict, 4,000 copies of KEI will be airdropped by the participating players based on the total reward chances of their conflicts at the end. But this go round, it will take 250 reward chances to guarantee a copy. So that's a significant increase to how many points you need to accrue in order to get a copy of KEI. It's 100,000 points equals 1 chance, and you need 200 chances to get Rage. They're saying you need 100,000 points times 250 to get 1 copy of KEI. That's a 25% increase to the amount of output you need in order to maintain the same number of airdrop potential. So right now I've been scheduled to get 4.5 rages. Not enough. I need to ramp up my production, but now I need to do so even more so. If I hold stagnant, I'm getting 4.5 rages on mathematical averages, but I'd probably get 3 or something like that, 3.5 or 3.3 KEIs, which no. I need to have more than that. So I'm going to be looking to increase my Rebellion set and my staking potential over here on the Mage Wagons. Okay. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about this card? What do you think about these new abilities? Of course, to me, the main weakness, which we didn't touch on, is definitely its own personal susceptibility to death. 6 hit points is not a lot. 7's not a lot. No armor at all. Yes, it's pretty fast, but it's not crazy fast. It doesn't have phase. It doesn't have dodge. It doesn't have, right? So it's actually relatively vulnerable. That's the main weakness of this thing. Absolutely, the Shatter, True Strike, Ambush, and that Hamstring is a real long-term grind win. And in a match where it's melee from any position, think about how important this card will become. Melee from any position, you can expect your opponent to play melee. And so you bury this card, let it in the 4th, the 5th spot, and let it do its work, putting out that hamstring damage. And every time it's going to be impeding your opponent's capacity to do damage across the multiple rounds that you're playing. And so I would argue this is a very strong card. I think everything from silver up is going to be, it's going to be really desirable. In bronze, I bet it plays, but I wonder if it's, I like it. In bronze, I like it. I don't know if I love it. At silver and at champion, I love it. At gold, I think it's strong. Yeah, I think its best. Its 2 best tiers are probably silver and diamond. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Have an amazing day. God bless.